David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. Go to any city in the world, and you're going to see lots of individuals wearing one of these, a backpack. And it's great. I mean, look at this. It's got straps on it. It's super convenient. And school kids used to be the only ones to wear these, right? I mean, it used to be that they would put their lunches in here. You had a backpack. I had a backpack. There's still kids doing backpacks today. But if you go to any city nowadays, you see more than kids wearing backpacks. You see adults. You see women. You see men. It doesn't matter the gender or the age. You see backpacks being worn by people. And I totally get it. I mean, look how convenient this is. My hands are free to carry groceries, punch clocks. Who punches a clock anymore, David? It's really super convenient. And I have to tell you too, that backpacks are incredibly organized. They have these wonderful gaping maws where you can put in computers, water, sandwiches, all types of goodies. Yeah, backpacks are really incredibly handy. But what I'm also seeing, and you probably have as well, in these cities especially, are executives wearing backpacks to meetings. Executives wearing suits with backpacks on. And, well, I don't know. Seeing somebody walk into a restaurant in a suit with a backpack on, then putting it down by the side, just didn't smack of very James Bond to me. So I had to ask the question 2 minutes in and use this video to really put them head to head. Is it just in our heads that Bond wouldn't wear a backpack, or is there something actually practical to it and he would gravitate more to an attaché case? What would James Bond do? Well, in order to take this apart and really do it effectively, you're probably thinking, oh, David, I could end this video right now. You're going to say attaché case. You're going to say briefcase. Can we just move on? Go do another video? Talk to us about Aaron Taylor Johnson or something like that? No, you're going to listen to me, because I may surprise you. Because for many years, and I mean many years, I used this backpack right here. This is the Moleskine 007 backpack, and I loved this thing. This had little movie quotes in there. Look at that. Had pockets to hold things. It had quick releases for your passport. I wound up actually taking a Globetrotter leather applique sticker and putting it under there to personalize it, because so many of my friends, Kyle and others, they wound up getting the same Moleskine backpack. It has a subtle but poignant 007 on it. It's really well made. It has this wonderful base that you could just sit it down and it stands up. I used it when I went to London many times because I could hold my film equipment in it. It had a belly band to go around my luggage. And most of all, most importantly of all, it was convenient. I could just throw it on over a jacket. I could walk through the airports doing my things that I need to do, or around London, and the backpack was convenient. But I will have to tell you, whether it's time or the fact that I'm trying to really embrace and grapple with the Bond experience and Bond escapism and the Bond lifestyle more and more every day, that I don't use this backpack anymore. What I do use, and you probably have seen a video called my EDC, or Everyday Carry, I use this attaché case. Now this is Maverick bag. It is not a James Bond bag. It's not a James Bond brand. Daniel Craig never wore it or held it. It is a David Zritsky researched bag. I love the Italian pebble leather in navy. I love the orange. I think those are like, well, first of all, they're the Bond Experience brand colors. There's that. But I love the fact that with the orange, you can see inside very well. The light hits it. It's got tons of compartments and secret stashes and areas to hold my computer and all my other lozengers. I got lozengers. Who doesn't need lozengers? But this has everything that I need. It still has the belly band, just like the backpack. It has a quick release for my passport when I travel. And yes, I travel internationally with this. Now, You might think that's it. Debate is over. I guess David's saying attaché case because he uses this all the time. But I just came back from Switzerland. And Switzerland, I don't know if you know this, when you hike around the Matterhorn, this is not the most practical thing. So I brought this backpack, the same one. It's an REI one. It's super light. Look at that. Look how light that is. It's aerated. So if you sweat in it, you know, you're not overly offensive to the people around you. Tons of pockets, release, places for water. And the reason I brought this instead of an attaché case on my travels with me is because it doubled up as something different. I thought kind of like Bond would do, like he did in Spectre with the J. Crew bag, you know, the sling. When sometimes a backpack is the only choice, then the backpack has to be the only choice. This is what you hike in. I couldn't use an attaché case, so I wound up using this as my carry-on and travel. It's not practical to bring both of these. That's ridiculous. That's too much. So just using this, then taking the computer out, taking the earbuds out, my tissues, things like that, and then putting in my hiking stuff and using this hiking makes it a multi-purpose tool. And by the way, using this as a multi-purpose tool is incredibly James Bond. It's almost Q gadget in regards that the gadget is multiple things. Same with this backpack. But I'm not always hiking. And so I have to tell you, if I am traveling or if I'm going to a business meeting, it's going to be a briefcase. Now, it doesn't need to be a Zero Halliburton $650 briefcase. It could be something else. But my gravitational pull right now is around the style of James Bond. And this Quantum of Solace Zero Halliburton looks and feels like a James Bond piece. Now, I'm not doing that for anybody else. I want to kind of pause on that for a second because this is all for this. What happens in here? When I do the Bond lifestyle, I wear a particular watch, for example, or a particular shirt, I'm thinking to myself, this is how it's going to make me feel. Whether it's making me more confident or even just connecting back to some sort of story or a homage piece with James Bond. Things shouldn't own you, but things do own your memories. They connect. Everything in this collection around me has some sort of story to it, connects to the people that I received it from, or the conversations I've had, or the events or the locations I was in. And then even when they exist here, they represent certain parts of the movie. Same with this. And by the way, same with all these attaché cases, because whether it was used in a movie or not, of which this one wasn't, it still has that same old world pomp and circumstance feel that James Bond has educated us so well on. And that's a moment, because I will tell you, when it comes to sort of the old ways being best, I want to recount a moment that happened the other day. I was invited with a few other Bond friends to go to a charity event where we were all smoking cigars and eating steak. And the one thing that occurred to us halfway through the evening was, you know something? We couldn't rush this evening. You can't rush smoking a cigar because you get ill. No, you have to take your time smoking a cigar. You have to have conversations in between. You have to cut your steak slow and not gobble it down. And it occurred to us that this slowing down of things, this creating of the pomp and circumstance, the old ways being the best, is something that we are forgetting. We're getting sloppy with, because so many people want highly convenient things like backpacks that make it almost too easy for them. They don't want the thoughtfulness and the organization that's needed to really tote around an attaché case. They don't want that. They want something simple. And what I'm trying to say is, give it a try. Take out the simplicity of things, go back to the pomp and circumstances, and see if it fits your lifestyle. I will tell you, if you feel that a briefcase is too obtrusive, that it's something that you'd be hard-pressed to fit under a flight seat, under an aircraft seat, for example, I get the backpack things. You can squish them, you can push them down. But very often you can find moments to fit attaché cases into your life. So I will say this, in the fight, the war, if you will, between backpacks and attaché cases, the winner is going to be something that you can apply to the Bond lifestyle, something that makes you feel a certain way, but also something that's not too cumbersome in the world that you have to live in. So here's my challenge. And I know that most of you are using backpacks. Yes, you adults too, you executives, you as well. Give it a try. Give 1 or 2 days a try with an attaché case. You don't need an expensive one. You could literally go on eBay and invest $45 into an old Samsonite, rub it down with a little vinegar, and you've got a Bond Samsonite briefcase that was seen in You Only Live Twice. I know, crazy, but give it a try. Use it. Take it to work. Put your computer in it. Put other things in it. Is it meet and match and connect with your life? You don't want to do cosplay. You don't want to use a briefcase or a Bond briefcase because Bond uses it. You want to take that moment that Fleming and that Bond decided this moment, this tool, this impact needs an attaché case, and apply it to your world. Give it a try. I think it'll be an interesting lifestyle moment for you. Well, anyway, there it is. Give me your opinion on what you think of the battle royale between briefcases and between these, because the backpacks not necessarily have won. They got to still battle it out. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Give it a try. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Take care. Thanks for watching the Bond Experience. If you like what you saw, why don't you subscribe to the channel by clicking this button right here. We'll keep you up on everything new that's happening in the world of Bond. And speaking of something new, here's something new just for you because we know you so well. Talk to you soon.